Jeff, what was your message to your team in the locker room after this one?
We're just different, I can tell. We're a more buttoned up group. We've got championship fiber. We're about the right stuff. You know, to have no pre-snap penalties at all on offense in that environment is remarkable. We had one on our punt team. We had a holding penalty on Devin McEwen. Really great block out there. And we had a couple more that, were just in the part of the game. No turnovers. Really played hard. The punt, we shanked that punt. We hit it to the wrong part of the field. And the kid bounced back. Kel punted his tail off the rest of the game. And I've told him a million times, when he punts it where he's not supposed to, he better tackle him. And he didn't, and that killed us. The missed field goal, a 43-yarder into that, wind, might have been a little much to ask there. Regret trying to take the shot on 3rd and 6. I should have run the ball there. It's a terrible choice by the head coach. We were really good up front defensively, man. I was proud to see that. We got to get those are really good athletes, and when they got the ball in space, they were hard to get down, and we didn't get them down a couple times. Other than that, we played about as good as we could have, honestly, man, and we just couldn't last with them. We came out pretty injury-free. Cam Cooper got a serious injury. That's probably going to be putting him out for the rest of the season. And that's a great player, a great leader, and I hope the news is better, but it doesn't look good, right now. And other than that, we came out pretty injury-free, but man, losing Cam's going to be a huge loss.
Coach, it kind of seemed like the passing game couldn't get going there towards in the second half. Can you tell us kind of what happened with that?
Yeah, we weren't getting very much separation. Those guys did a great job of covering us. We were worried to drop back to pass too much. We didn't know if we could protect him, so we had a ton of screens, so we didn't really give Owen much of a chance, to be honest with you, and we didn't give our receivers much of a chance. That was intentional. You'll look back at some of those screens. If we could have just caught them, we had a really good chance to score. We just didn't execute them. We had one little high to Willie. If you go back and watch their play, we had a real chance to score on that one. Had a chance to score early. We didn't get an offensive lineman out on the screen. That was all pretty intentional. We just didn't know if we could protect our quarterback and our O-line. We did a really good job. We gave it one sack. But I was really proud of those 5 kids up front.
Coach, Robert Henry Jr., what did you see from him tonight, and especially getting so many long runs on down and distance situations?
Yeah, we did a great job blocking for him, but he was just running tirelessly. And really happy for him. Got a son now, Dante. He wants to be a good dad. He's trying to juggle college, being a football player, and being a good dad, and he looks exhausted almost every day, but he loves that boy. And it's fun watching kids mature.
Coach, you talked about buttoning things up a lot the last couple of months, and you just mentioned it again there to start your remarks. Was this something that you saw coming, your team rising to that occasion for 3 quarters?
I think I've been pretty transparent, to the guys, and y'all been asking me that this week. I wasn't sure until we got hit in the mouth. I knew coming in front of 108,000, playing SEC, I've coached in this league for a while. It's just different. It just means more. And I just wondered how our kids were going to handle it then. And they didn't blink. And you could say, well, yeah, because y'all were, winning some of the game. I don't know if we were ever winning. We were in the game, whatever you want to say. No, even when they kind of were getting away from us, we never flinched. And then, we just kept battling. There was none of that. Band. Their song was forever, right? We had to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait, which is cool about this place. Our guys didn't flinch. They waited for our school song, and they all sang the song. I know y'all are thinking it's not that big a deal. It is when you're dealing with young men that want to do well, and they don't feel like they did well. And social media is powerful, and I talk to them all the time. About they should get on social media for information, not validation. And we got a generation now that's where they get validated, social media. And whoever came up with that was very brilliant. That likes and retweets are what we're all addicted to. How sad is that when there's nothing more meaningless in the world than that?
Coach, I know heading into this one, you were real curious about seeing how the 11 guys on defense were just going to gel together. Just what did you see from them throughout the first one? I know in the third it kind of they got a little bit of separation, but what did you see from that unit tonight?
Yeah, I don't put that on the defense though. Our offense we didn't do anything to help them. You know, we came out and scored quick, which is a curse. It's a curse and a blessing, right? And then we 3 and out so many times. But we just were struggling, right? If we're, you know, there's always calls you wish you had back. I wish I hadn't played so much coverage on 3rd and 20 when Marcel hit a great 2-beater into our Tampa 2 in the first half. That was I wish I'd have come after him, and I regret that. You know, I regret not running the ball 3rd and 6, like I said, when we took the shot in the end zone. And I regret not having a better way to get my receivers loose and protect Owen. And we thought we had that plan, but they kind of shut that out in the 3rd quarter. Great adjustment by Coach Elko. He's a very good coach. Those guys played their tails off, made great adjustments. It was really, it's fun coaching those kind of games. I know it's hard for y'all to believe, but those guys are really good at what they do, and it's just fun in the chess match, and I would give them the success of that in the 3rd quarter.
All you said about the song and the crowd and everything aside, it looked like your team belonged out there. Did it feel that way to you? And is that kind of a sign of this program's progress?
It's why I'm so disappointed, but yet I'm so proud. I really thought if we could just hang around and get some offensive success, our defense would do enough. And we played way better than I thought we were going to on offense. And then we just couldn't do anything else. And I thought if we could just answered one time in the 3rd, we could have got this thing interesting. I really did, and we didn't do that. Other than that, yes, I thought special teams, I told you, I was a huge concern. We mishit the kickoff, and they almost scored. We mishit the punt, and they scored. That's what happens when you play teams that are really, really, really good. And those guys are super, super talented, and really proud of my kids, how they competed.
Got time for one more.
Jeff, the size and speed disparity on film, it looked like it was there, but what was it about tonight where you guys were able to hang around so much?
You know, I just think we played really hard. You're going to watch the injury to Cam, and you're going to see that's pure just girth and strength against a guy that was outmatched. And those are the things about playing these teams that I don't like, right? It could happen anytime, but when you watch that particular play, they're just really massive, and they're really strong. And it's a blessing that we came out of here with only one serious injury. I just think we played hard, JJ. I think we played really hard, and proud of my guys' effort. We can go one more, right? We can go one more.
Sending the message, Coach, about how hard you guys played today. Now getting the chance to go back home next week for the home opener. What kind of message do you think that sends to the fans?
Yeah, well, we know what that Texas State game's gonna be like, right? So how we manage our practice schedule. You know, we're gonna get home, probably, 2 or 3 a.m. and we're gonna be really beat up from this thing. How we manage that as a head coach and as assistant coaches, strength staff, nutrition, it's gonna be huge for us. At what point in the week can we get real work? Because we know what that game's gonna be like. We're gonna play another one just like tonight, back-to-back weeks. And then, so we're gonna find out a lot quickly about ourselves. And we'll find out. I think we're made a championship caliber. I'll be shocked if we can't get treated, be all in on time tomorrow. As hard as that's gonna be, get there on time, get their treatment, be ready to roll, go class, be great student athletes, and be prepared for always a very well coached, talented DJ Kenny team.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank y'all. God bless. Birds up.